Good evening and welcome to President's News for Wednesday the 18th of September. I am actually recording the news early this week, Tuesday. I'm down at the track for the open meet, which is quite nice, but I'm not able to be in the clubhouse with you this week, so will be one of my past presidents looking after you in the clubhouse, but I will give you the news early for this week. So as ever, we have some club news and some records. We've got our usual results roundup, parkrun facts and podiums, and then what's coming up. So I'll start with the club news. We had an amazing run from Dina Asher-Smith in the Diamond League final on Friday night. A second place finish in 10.92, just behind Olympic champion Julian Alford in 10.88. So this backed up her previous Zurich Diamond League performance, where she finished third, again behind Julian Alford and Sha'Carri Richardson. So it's amazing to see Dina running so well, closing out the season so well, and just we're hoping that Dina will be able to find a little window and come into the clubhouse and share her tales with us, as we've had with Sam recently. So we wish her all the very best and hope that she will be able to find a little window to speak with us. We've got 3 club records this week, all from the Combined Events Championships that were down at Gillingham over the weekend. In the Senior Women's Decathlon, Holly Platt improved her own previous club record by over 100 points, which now stands at 3,794 points. In the Under-23 Women's Decathlon, Hannah Lewis set an Under-23 record of 3,250 points. And in the Under-20 Women's Decathlon, Jessie Sargent set a new record of 4,859 points, which sits alongside her Under-20s pentathlon club record as well. So well done to Holly, Hannah and Jessie for those fantastic performances. A little bit of other club news. On Saturday, it was the launch show for this season's Strictly Come Dancing, which I'm a bit of a fan of, but our own Montell Douglas, also known as Fire from Gladiators, is taking part in this 2024 season. She's been partnered with Johannes, who's lovely, and so can we wish them very well for their time in Strictly this season. And can we just say, Montell, that if you do need to use our studios, we've got 3 lovely studios that you could train in, and you would be most welcome. Now, the final piece of club news, tomorrow, so Wednesday evening, will be the final official coaching session for Rose Bennett, who coaches one of our younger sprint groups. Rose has been with us for well over 10 years, first coming down with her daughter Karina, when Karina started her athletics career with Blackheath and Bromley. She's been team manager for the Under-13 and Under-15 girls, along with Karen Desborough, for many years, and has given us a huge amount of her time and energy. She's always been very active at schools events, looking out for potential new athletes and promoting the club to the schools and the kids. And Rose is also apparently a very good baker. So can I just say how grateful we are to Rose for the commitment that she's shown the club over all these years, and can we just wish you a very relaxing and enjoyable and very well-deserved retirement. I'm sure though she won't be a stranger and will be down at the club very regularly. Okay, moving on to our results roundup. We had track action at Gillingham, where they were hosting 3 separate Kent Championships. We had the Under-13s track and field champs, we had the Masters track and throw champs, plus the combined events champs for Under-15s up to seniors. So starting with the Under-13s, we had 12 of our young Under-13 athletes take part, and with some notable results. In the Under-13 girls 75 metres, Zamaya Dixon was first and Fia Yeomans finished 7th. Also in the 150 metres, it was a 2nd place for Zamaya Dixon and another 7th for Faye. In the 2-kilometre walk, Luke Eperon took gold, and it was a gold and silver in the boys 1500 metres for Emery Aldridge and Harry Biraki. The boys had a fantastic run and were finished well over 6 seconds clear of 3rd place. So 4:45 for Emery and 4:46 for Harry, so a great run there. In the Under-13 boys hammer, it was a 2nd place for Oliver Beecroft, who also placed 5th in shot and also 5th in discus. And in the girls hammer, Dulcie Simpson took gold with 22.71, She also took gold in discus with an 18.88 and finished the afternoon with a 5th place in shot. Now we also had in the 100 metres, Oscar Latienzo made the final and finished 6th. We had Jasmine Stevens and Alice Bunn competing in the 1200 metres. Jasmine was busy again in the 800 metres and the long jump. And we also had Beatrice Morez in the 800 and Atul Gurunathan in the boys 800. So great performances from our under-13s. We only had 2 athletes competing in the Masters track and throws. So we had Matta Ellerton, who won gold in the men's 50 2-kilometre walk, and Steve Starvis took a silver in the M50 1500 metres. So moving to the combined events, I have mentioned them already actually because they were featured in our club records. But under 15 boys, we had Jack Ruby, who took pentathlon gold. He had a great day, finishing with 2,466 points. He led all day and won 3 out of the 5 events, so a really strong effort from Jack. In the under 20 women's, Jessie Sargent took decathlon gold with 4,859 points. She had a really good competition with Lucinda White. Now Lucinda was down as competing for Tunbridge, but she's second claim to Blackheath, so we certainly can mention Lucinda's silver medal as well, with 4,554 points. It was a very tight competition. Both Lucinda and Jessie were very even on most of the events, but Lucinda took a massive lead after the pole vault, event 3, almost 700 points ahead. And then it wasn't until the 6th event, the 100 hurdles, where Jessie pulled that back by about half, so pulled back about 300 points. And then in the high jump, one of the penultimate events, Jessie managed to move ahead. So it all came down to 1500, which was a real tussle between the two. But Jessie came away with the win, and Lucinda not too far behind. So a really good competition for the under-20s. And then in the senior women's competition, we had Hannah Lewis and Holly Platt. Gold for Holly with a new PB and club record, 3794, beating her club record that she set, which is in the women's decathlon world champs over in Ohio. And then silver for Hannah, first time multi-eventing with 3,250 points. Now the other big event over the weekend was the rescheduled National Cross Country Champs up at Telford. We had over 40 of our athletes entered, and most of them managed to travel up from Norman Park about 5 in the morning. And we had quite a few first timers at Nationals. So I think the consensus was it was a really good event. It was lovely weather, the course was good. It didn't feel quite right with it literally having just finished the track season, but it was good to get that event ticked off. So our under 13 boys, the team finished 6th with Zacchaeus Kelman, James Bunn, Alex Smith and Zachary Evans, part of the scoring team. But they were backed up by Johnny Lee, Benjamin Evans and Finn Gotkin. Our under 13 girls also finished 6th. They were led home by Evie de Bruin in 19th, Sophia Mossy in 21st, then with Alba Homans-Yao and Chloe Morez, the scoring team, backed up with Isabella Jenkins, Harriet Hughes and Leela Badisha. Our under 15 boys, we only had 2 runners, so no team effort, but a great run from Alex Martin and Nathan Clark. Our under 15 girls, their team came 13th. They were led home by Aoife McDonough in 26th, followed by Charlotte Stevens, Eva Dembo and Jessica Lingham. Our junior women had a really strong day. The team finished a very strong 6th position, led home by Hannah Clark in 9th, Alba Barnes in 23rd, Libby White 31st and Olivia Maggie Brown in 41st. In the under 17 men, we just had 3 runners, so no team prize there, but we had Mark Constable, Finn Duggan and Ryan Afford-Smith running. And then the senior men's, again, just 3 running, Dan Kennedy, Alex Gibbons and Chris Martin. So on the whole, a really good event, well attended, but I think we're all looking forward to this year's National Champs at Parliament Hill in February, where it will be taking part at the right time of year. Okay, so moving to the Parkrun, facts and podiums, we had 56 park runners in 27 different locations. And the furthest from the clubhouse this week award goes to Jackie Montgomery, who finished 10th lady at Baysgarth Parkrun, which is up near Hull. There was 116 taking part, so quite a small little event, but that's about 207 miles away. So our Bromley Club champs First home for the club and first overall was Lucas Elmquist. Second home for the club and fourth overall was Cian Farrell, one of our under 15 boys. And third home for the club was Thomas Sugden in fifth overall, one of our young under 23s. So a few notable performances. Damon Hayes finished 12th with a PB of 18.55, who was followed closely by Harry Schmidt in 18th spot with a PB of 19.24. So our podiums, as I've mentioned, it was a first male home for Lucas Elmquist and first female for Trang Nguyen. At Tunbridge, we had first female for Jess Keane. At Footscray, it was first male for Darren Cornay. Then at Royal Tunbridge Wells, it was second male for Graham Luger. At Dulwich, Jed Starvis, second male and first junior with a PB of 15.33, so great run from Jed. At South Norwood, we had second male for Prince Reid. And at Hoblingwell, it was second male for Philip Bunn and third female for Liz Bunn. Kind of completing a busy weekend for the Bunns, because they'd have dropped James off at Norman Park for the cross country at about 5 in the morning, done the park run, and then took Alice over to Gillingham for the under 13s. So a busy weekend for the Bunns. And then at Lloyd Park, third male for Douglas Varney. So what's coming up this week? Well, tonight obviously it's the club open meet, the final open meet of the year. Pretty well attended. We had, I think, over 300 entries tonight, so that's looking really good. That's tonight. Coming up though, the big event this weekend is the DNA European Club Champs over in Pombal in Portugal. We've got 12 of our under 17, under 20 athletes taking part over the 2 days. Big thank you to our team managers and the chaperones that are travelling with them, and to Linda Poirot, who does all the organising, so big thanks to her. We wish them all the very best. The events this year, because it's not the standard kind of competition schedule, we've got the 100 metres for women, 200 metres for men, 110 metre hurdles and 100 metre hurdles, men and women's, 800 for women, 400 metre hurdles for men, long jump men, high jump women, shot put women and javelin for men. And then they conclude with the hunt, which is 600 metres for women, 400 metres for men, then a 200 women and then an 800 men to finish. So that is sure to be a very fun event, so wish them all the very best this weekend. On Saturday, it's the South of England Road Relay Champs at Aldershot, the 6, 4 and 3 stage relays, where our senior team will be aiming to make a selection for the national 6 stage road relays up at Sutton Coldfield. We've got quite a few teams in the junior age groups going there, so wish them all the very best. And then on Sunday, the 22nd, it's the Vitality 10K. We've got a few of our members running in that, and we've also got a few of our members volunteering, along with Keith Duffy-Penny, who organises volunteers for that. So that concludes our club news for this week, and I will see you next week back in the clubhouse. Thank you.